want me ready. Me hit it heavy, I zoom on the pride of my people already. Them I see Ellie, me I'm just sharing my journey. I'm thankful that people they hear me. Tribe of Joseph, I'm ahead of the bunch. P5, I was starving for months. A running cut team, but on my pockets, me need my DNA. Baby for lunch, but call me a star before BBC. Don't take a lot to get rid of me. Me and them no get the same. Me and them no get the same. Boy, that they gonna know the name is. They say I move like I'm nameless. Cause I only come for the money bags and I don't really wanna be famous, man. You know what's up? You know what's up? You know pretend. You know the lie. We don't be gang. You know what's up?
Crazy, we going crazy. We at the top and we never gonna stop. Hop in the ghost, I'ma get swayzy. I just got off with a jet and I cry. My I win and alhamdulillah. I be on go cause I come from the shot. I'm shooting back, I ain't ducking no shots. Got power like Samson, I cut off the locks. Shabak, Timmer, in the cut like I'm Fredo Santana. Bushu Banton, I hop in the Bama, the world is mine. I'm Tony Montana, I'm Pelican Fly. Diamonds on me cause I'm rapping a rock. I'ma go hard, I ain't killing them soft. I'm up in the hills, I feel like I'm Lauren, you ready or not? I like who got businesses, I'm CEO of mine. 1980 Prezi Rolly, we been working overtime. The witness, the police, the pigs, I don't eat swine. Son of Jacob, this biblical, my flow, the holy God. Save money ground up in the gutter where they found us. Stones in the faint mouth rush. More vacays, more bucks, more race, more foreign trucks, more on a tour bus, more pork cup. Toast to the winners, throw it up.
Where the drums at?
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cincinnati Bengals. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, play. Going to be railed. Right.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. This one swung outside to Strong. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Well, this defense for the Colts, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. To throw, it's Lance. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Milton Williams. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll run for the first time with Pierre Strong. And some room to run now. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
On play action, Lance. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Brown. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This taken in at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Bengals grab it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
First and 10, it's Patterson. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Lance. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Play action, now it's Lance. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. Blankenship's kick is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Throwing on first down is Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Stevens. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
From the 31, Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. third down. It's Stevens. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Fourth down now after a loss of 2. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken at the 15. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it first and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Josh Allen, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Throwing on second and long. Lance, and he'll complete this one to Patterson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Off of play action, here's Lance. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at the 30. And he loses the football a second time. And now the rookie's free. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so, and one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
They'll try to run with Strong. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. (10-0) the score after 1 on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Now Allen. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job. Allen hit. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They run the counter. Stevens. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Stevens. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are back within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 13-7. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Lance. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. He's going to take another shot here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taking it about the 36. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. 50 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Marshall.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Off the play fake. Going back to Marshall. He's got him again. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 12-yard line. Give him 18 on the play.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
The slot man in motion right. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here comes Marshall in motion right. They'll run on first down. It's Stevens. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
To the air. Allen. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Carlson able to put this one through. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
17. Ultra. Go Ultra.
They'll give it to Patterson. And he's got a Bengals first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Lance looking to throw it. Forced down, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Azeez Ojulari. A loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
97.
So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. But that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
On second down, a run with Strong. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Lance to throw it. Hard throw, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, Stevens. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Stevens. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's got this down to the 35. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, Allen. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. Second and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Stevens. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Now Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And that is no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Milton Williams picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game.
Striker, 3-3. Blue striker. Black ultra.
Now Lance. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And it's fielded at the 34. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's Allen. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Out of the gun, a run with Patterson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And Lance now to throw. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The offense on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 14. Lance going to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Colts are right back in this football game. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
They'll run on first down. Stevens. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. On second down. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were. And so possession will remain with Indy. If they get nothing else here on third down, it'd be a 53-yard attempt from this spot. Here's Allen to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for Bengals TV. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only do they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play to put points on the board for their team.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Allen now on 1st down. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Ron Thornhill. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Give up the middle to Strong. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll run with Patterson. And some space here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. On first down, going back to Patterson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Straight ahead is Strong. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Here's Lance. He's going deep for Brown. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This will be taken at the 10. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Allen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations. I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Lance back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a handoff up the middle. Stevens. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. They'll keep it on the ground. Stevens. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. And they're able to stop it here on the spike with 3 seconds remaining. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And his kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. All set up for them right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a first down.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I'm going to get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
They'll roll him out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
Slide two. Smash, red.
To throw, it's Lance. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Colts are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Gigantic play by this defense, Charles. So they came back in the fourth quarter, took the momentum into overtime, and now they take the football.
And how do you think the team that just threw the pick feels right now? They surrendered the lead, got to overtime, had the chance to redeem themselves, and now they put the game in jeopardy with another pick. And guess what? Their defense has to hold.
Alert!
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Second down, Jacobs once more. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. What can Allen do now with his drive? He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here.
The coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game. You might craft your play call to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Stevens. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On second down now. It's Stevens, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on 3rd down. Throwing is Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Stevens. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights.